Hi everyone, welcome to, I'm sure, a long-awaited instalment of our MC introductions videos. We've got David and Caroline here with us today to tell us about their MC. So David, could you tell us a little bit about who you guys are, how long you've been at St John's, what do you do, etc.?
We have been at St John's about 6 years. Yeah, I get to be vicar of the benefice, and Caroline is currently an ordinand in training to be a vicar. So yeah, the clergy power couple.
But not so powerful.
So yeah, that's who we are. That's what we do. It's all based out of the vicarage.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time, we do go to other people's houses.
Not now, we don't.
Well,
don't say that, you'll get us in trouble. We don't go to anyone's houses.
we used to. We used to.
There was a time.
You're being well behaved at the moment.
We are.
So who are your community? What are your community? Where are you all based? Tell us about it.
So we are a community that has it's a mix of people that probably weren't in a community. So we managed to, we originally were doing a community with the students, and then when we finished with that, we managed to drag Adair and Juliet along with us as well, and Stevie and Dave. But also then there's other people who I'm not just going to name everybody by name who's in our community, but there's about 14 or 15 of us, and we sort of have a mixture of things going on. But originally the community, it was called FitCom because we decided we'd have a community where we'd go for runs and do exercise and then have brunch together. What we found was there was less exercise
and more food.
Mm-hmm.
So we found our rhythm sort of ended up being in the end. However, saying that, people did do exercise in their own time. So what we found was we didn't have a lot of necessarily community exercise, but we had a lot of community eating. But that was where it was. I'd say we've transitioned gently, and now it's mainly people who are reaching their people of peace. And so that means there's quite a mixture of people around the fringes. But however, that is not the dream of where we were going, which I believe we'll get to at some point.
Mm-hmm. So David, how long have you been an MC? So separate from students when you were doing that, how long has this MC sort of been a reality?
Time and me are, woolly friends. I think 2 years. 2 years. I suddenly got this idea that it might be 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and through that time, we've experimented with lots of different things. Park run and brunches and inviting people in and doing different stuff. At the moment, we're mainly based on doing things on Sundays, bizarrely.
Mm-hmm.
So we are doing stuff Sunday nights. We're doing some kind of Bible study stuff, and different people are leading. We're doing some chat after the service on a Sunday. And then on a third Sunday, we're doing some different socials. We did some baking together last time. People cooked along with David. It was very, very easy. But, maybe other people will take it to another level. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. And you said, Caroline, that there's lots of different sort of people on the fringes. Would you say that the people in the MC are a kind of specific type of people at a specific sort of life stage, or is it just a whole mixture of people?
I think so. For the majority, it's people who are in their 30s, 40s, and 20s.
Plus the ones who are a bit older.
But there's also, slightly older one as well.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly, I'd say we're in that sort of category life stage. I mean, that's quite a broad life stage. So we've got everything from student to kids left home.
Mm-hmm.
Quite a mixture. There's a good mixture of couples and singles as well. Mixture of people with kids and couples with no kids.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, I think there's quite a few demographics represented there, and that's fine because we kind of go with the flow. We're not really looking to be a particular demographic at all. We just enjoy variety, I suppose.
And geography wise, I mean, roughly this area, roughly around.
Within a 5-mile radius.
5 miles away. I think Finham's the furthest away, is it?
Oh.
Finham, Earlsdon, round the corner. Yeah.
Other areas are available to join.
Might
if
have a
they
shot
wish.
at a mile.
Well, do.
We'll have that route later.
Great.
Not on camera.
Great. So in terms of your mission purpose, you've spoken about reaching your people of peace. Is there, or has there been, a specific focus? You said park run maybe in the beginning. Is there a mission purpose now, particularly in sort of COVID times? Caroline, maybe you want to share about that?
Yeah, so we're in a transitional point at the moment as a missional community where we've kind of gone through different stages. And I think during COVID, we sort of, we just found that a lot of people were just in survival, actually. And we're sort of reaching out to some people that they knew, but actually, I don't think that's been incredibly fertile soil for us as a missional community. We haven't seen hordes of people come to faith. But I think what it has done is just made us question, well, where are we going? Especially when we come out of this, what's the trajectory? And this is where we just actually decided that as a missional community, we want to really serve the Garden of Hope project. And so people are probably aware what that is, but if you're not, we at St. John's have a field and we're converting it into a garden that can be a space for people, whoever they are, whether they're connected to the church or not, can come and use the garden. But also just as a hopeful way of connecting people to God if they want to explore faith, explore meditation. And so, but as a missional community, the idea is that we're going to get behind that and serve it in terms of rhythms. So it might be that we start looking at more monastic rhythms as well that we can hold as a community, and prayer rhythms.
So every member will have their own habit.
How are you spelling that habit?
They're not spelled the same.
Are they? Oh, I
don't
don't know. I assume we're booking spiritual habits and not,
all of that.
Yeah, we're not going to start praying in the middle of the night and praying 16 times a day, but we are going to have a rhythm together, and yeah, make good use of it.
I think part of the thing is I've realised that often as Christians, our way to share faith is through intellectually, getting alongside people and having conversations. And for some people, that's really easy and that's a great way in. But actually, my heart and something I'm really interested in exploring is how do we engage people spiritually day one? What does it look like to help people to connect to God from nothing? As a first point before we have maybe the more intellectual conversations about faith or, the difficult questions. Actually, how do we help people connect to God, even just through silence? Because I think that's actually a real powerful way of people going from encounter to relationship with God to then build on that. And so I guess we're looking at helping people explore faith in a slightly different way, as that will be the way in. Yeah.
Great. So if people have heard it, maybe they're quite green-fingered, or they like what they hear about the cake and the bread and all of the eating, and they want to join you. David, you mentioned sort of Sundays. Could you give us really specific details about your sort of weekly, fortnightly, monthly rhythms of your community, please?
So we've just cut back to really, really light rhythms. So we cut back to just saying, let's meet on a Sunday night and take it in turns to just offer something. We're basically a bit sick of Zoom. So until we can not Zoom and we can be together, we said, let's do that. Let's do a few social things which happen much more randomly, and let's chat on a Sunday after church. So just to have a bit of a catch up. So we're basically just doing that, and that's been it for the last few weeks. Before that, we were doing kind of things on a Thursday night and things on a Sunday and different things, but we've actually just cut right back to just kind of chill for a moment before we then, we hit all these wonderful dates when we can do all kinds of cool stuff. And we've got a big garden, so we're planning to kind of do some meetings in the garden and maybe around whatever. But we're just, at the moment, it's really light.
We've also got like WhatsApp chat as well, as
Yeah.
I'm sure most missional communities have, where there's quite a lot of activity on that. So when events happen in people's life, good or bad, you know, things are all put on there and people start praying for each other. On Tuesday, there's sometimes a check-in as well, like how's everyone doing, what's going well, what's not going well. And so there's some more to like informal rhythms and cultures that are already embedded in the community.
And I'm trying to remember what the time is. 15:13, Romans 15:13. So 3:13 every day, an alarm goes off and we pray Romans 15:13 over each other. I mean, I'm sure we all do it 7 days a week, every single day without fail.
Otherwise you get expelled, right, from the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, drawing from this is though that we're a community that is always moving and changing shape slightly and adapting according to what the season is, what God's saying, what he's revealing to us. So how it is today might not be how it is in a few weeks' time. Yeah.
So what, just to be really specific, on a Sunday, what time do you guys meet at the moment?
8:15.
Roughly in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
For an hour.
Max.
Great. Fab. Well, thank you guys for sharing about your missional community. Everyone else, if this sounds like the kind of thing that you would be interested in doing, feel free to comment below on Facebook or YouTube, or get in touch with the church office or the vicar, because David is that person, and say, please, I want to come join you. Thank you, David and Caroline, for your time today. It's been really great to hear from you.